So often I have parents come to me and say, I've been using awake windows, they're not working anymore, I'm not sure what's happening and why my child's sleep is getting all messed up because I've been using the same awake windows like religiously. And the thing that I always respond with is, don't use awake windows anymore. So if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Jensine. I'm a certified pediatric sleep consultant. I have a master's degree in early childhood development. I'm a mom of 3. I'm also a postpartum doula. And I bring sleep science and real life together to get your family the sleep that you deserve. So today we're going to talk about wake windows versus set schedule. And I am 1000% in the camp of set schedule. No one will ever be able to convince me that a wake window for a child over the age of 4 months old is better than a set schedule. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why I believe that and why I believe you should be moving to a set schedule for your child. So under the age of 4 months, sleep is still unpredictable. Naps could be anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours long. Your awake time is going to vary a little bit, and your morning awake time, like bedtime is going to vary a little bit, morning awake time is going to vary a little bit. Naps are still going to be a little bit on the unpredictable side. So for that reason, awake windows are going to be best because we're not really sure what's going to happen day to day. But especially for newborns, the younger the baby is, the more important it is to follow awake windows. It's going to be virtually impossible to follow a set schedule with a newborn. As your child gets older and we get even closer to 3 months, but 1000% by 4 months, we want to start moving to a set schedule because we want their circadian rhythm to begin to set. So every single day, their body knows exactly when a nap is going to be presented, and it's going to make it so much easier for them to fall asleep at that time. Where I always bring it to an adult example to make it a little bit easier for us to understand. So think about those stories about the people who work at the same job for 50 years and their alarm is always set for 6 a.m. Then they retire, their first day of retirement, they still wake up at 6 a.m. Or they go on vacation and they still wake up at 6 a.m. because their body clock is so set to waking up at that time. That's actually a good thing. And we want that to happen for our children so that their body is awake and aware and alert and ready to be awake for the day. But also on the flip side, they're ready to go down for a nap. Their body is expecting to be able to rest and restore and repair at that time. Where if someone is tired and they're not able to get the sleep that they need, cortisol levels rise. It tells us our bodies are still very primitively set, and it tells us something is wrong. There's a reason I can't sleep. There must be danger because we're all still back in the caveman days. So we don't want that for our children. We want them to be very sure about when a nap is coming and very sure about when they're going to be woken up so that their day can begin. So we really want to move to a set schedule over the age of 4 months just for that predictability. So our children's bodies know exactly what to expect from day to day. Because if one day they nap at 8 a.m., the next day they don't nap until 10:30 a.m., the next day they nap at 9 a.m., their body is never going to know what to expect. And it's going to be really, really hard for their central nervous system to come together, to really know what to expect and to be functional day to day, because every day is going to be a mystery and they're going to be really, really just off schedule. They're really not going to know what to expect. So we really want to move to that set schedule. The set schedule can vary based on your family. So the last video I did was about bedtime and schedules for working parents, because getting home to get your child into bed by 7 p.m. when you don't get to work until 5:30 and have to pick up your child and then you don't get home until 6:15 is impossible. So in the last video, I talked about some other options that could happen. So if you are a working parent and you're struggling with bedtime and how to manage everything, go back and watch that video. But typically I do use a 7 to 7 schedule just as an example, so we can make it easy for everyone. And then you can adjust as needed for your family. The first thing that we want to think about when we are moving to a set schedule is we want to set bedtime and we want to set morning awake time. If your child is under the age of 5 years old, we just split that day in half. Sometimes it could be a little bit younger, maybe around 3.5, 4, but we just split that day in half. So they have 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. We decide when bedtime is, And then we know when morning will be because it's exactly 12 hours later. Sometimes it helps if you have a set time in the morning that they need to be awake, like it's a very concrete time they have to be up so you can get out the door. Then we count 12 hours back to bedtime. Either way, it's going to be 12 hours of night. And that leaves us those 12 hours of day. So then we can adjust their naps based on how old they are and how many naps they need. For a child that's 3-4 months, for 3 months, we're looking at about 4 naps. Around 4 months old, we're moving to 3 naps a day. Around 6 months old, we're moving to 2 naps a day. And then somewhere between 12 and 15 months, we're moving to 1 nap a day. And then from there, maybe around but somewhere between ages 3 and 5, children are dropping naps completely and only sleeping overnight, those 12 hours. So really, it's ideally, if you're following a set schedule or an awake window, it should be the same. But it gets complicated if your child wakes up a little bit early that day. They wake up a little bit late that day. You're having to do a lot of math day to day. And math is not my thing. I don't want anyone to have to be calculating and counting on their fingers what time their child's next nap is. I just want them to know every single day it's going to be offered at the same time. And that helps you plan as well. So you know, this is when I can go grocery shopping. This is when we can go to library class. This is when I can meet a friend for lunch. This is when I can get some work done because they're going to be napping in their crib. It just makes life easier for everybody. So if your child is currently on your following awake windows and you would love to be able to follow a set schedule, but you're needing help to figure out what that is for your child's age, all you have to do is comment schedule below. I will try to remember to put the link to my free schedule guide so you can know exactly like sample schedules by age, and then you can adjust it if you need to move off of that 7 to 7 schedule. It also explains how to do that as well. So again, all you have to do is comment schedule. I'll grab your email and I'll send it to you directly. So thank you so much for watching. Pop all of your questions below. As you know, I love to hear your questions, see how I can help because baby sleep is very confusing. So if you need any more support, again, pop them into the comments or find it below in the description exactly how you can get the step-by-step to help your child be able to sleep through the night and nap without contact naps in 7 days or less. All of that info on the courses is in the description, and I will see you in my next video.